Yeah, I am super hot. It's very hot out. I'm running out to get a bathing suit real quick because I'm going to do some crap at a lake or something. Get out a little bit. But yeah, I think most of the people on my subs list are like from the truther community. Shout out to y'all. This isn't really about that at all. Sorry. This is about like another community, the divestment community that's like imploding right now. And like everybody's got something to say, but I've just noticed a couple things. Like, by the way, double shout out to the truther community, because even though drama happens, it's like never this ridiculous. At least the people that I subscribe to and that I hang out with, we know what's most important here. And people have attacked some of these people from left and right. Channels gotten shut down. But I think because if you're genuine in that community, you're genuinely about the truth, no matter what, the truth in all aspects, and that helps kind of regulate the energy of the community. Because it's like, if it's not about being honest, if it's not about being truthful, then it's not good, and eventually it will be taken out. Like, shout out to Mag Truth. Like, he has had so many channels destroyed, so many people come after him, and he is still going strong. He won't let anybody take him down. I think YouTube streets are rough. There are so many people. You can hide your entire identity and become somebody else and say horrible things and not get in trouble, not be held accountable for it. So I understand that YouTube is not an easy place, but with these divestment girls, it's like some of y'all are not at all divested and trying to give, your voice. And then the people who have caved for these people who have very little experience in any community besides like the projects, y'all the same ones who are gassing these people up, that now when they're down, you're talking crap about them. Hello, like, you're part of the problem. If you were all up somebody's butt before, and as soon as they got a little bit of hate, you're now on other pages talking crap about them. Well, how does that make you any better? I don't understand. How do you expect to improve if you cannot even be honest with yourself as a YouTube avatar? You don't even have to like show your true self, like who you are in the real world. If you're gonna be a liar even on a freaking avatar, then why are you here? Why are you even here? I don't get it, And I will say, there are some good women, and I feel like those are the ones not making channels and not doing anything. Probably because they don't want all this fakeness and hate. But I think we should, even if we make channels private. I think the people who have actually gone to improve themselves, I've been talking to or seeing some of these same people for at least almost a year now. And a lot of them have changed nothing about their lives. That's actions will tell you who's doing what. And so, people like Crystal, I don't like what's been going on at all on your channel. But I do see that a lot of the people that were for you have just completely turned on you in a flash. And I think that's pretty sad, I think it's really sad. However, I do think, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to say anything else. There are some good channels, though, that apparently people are trying to destroy, too. I'm not cool with that either, What's the point? What's the point of exposing somebody if they've done great things, if they've done things to help people, help black women, that's a group that's never helped. Anyway, so this is for mainly like the younger girls. I've seen girls there who are like 16, 14, even 12 years old on a lot of these channels, and they are absorbing some really toxic stuff. Everybody wants to talk about how somebody else is toxic, when it's usually people talking about toxicity the most who are toxic as hell. If you guys notice that, it's like toxic people love to talk about how other people are toxic. So anyway, yeah, so like Jim mentioned, I'm not going to mention people's like full YouTube names, but like Jim mentioned, like these younger girls, I don't know what they could possibly be thinking if they have no guidance at home and then are listening to all this back and forth and seeing all this awful behavior. Oh my god, this blemish is showing and it's like really upsetting me. Okay, so yeah, here's some like life advice from some of my elders. Even though some of them are kind of like mammies, this is more like life advice, so it should apply to anything and be helpful in any way. One thing is, never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. This means don't tell anybody all of your business. Don't tell people when something good is about to happen. If you're about to get, a job, or about to get a job interview, something like that, don't tell anybody that you don't know that well. As a matter of fact, just keep your mouth shut all the time. That's a good rule to have. Just don't say anything, because it is true. People's energy, like, the heart of man is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. I think it's in the Bible. I'm not a big Bible person, but I do believe that's true. You don't want these people's energy negative energy going towards your thing that you're about to manifest in this world, whatever it may be, whatever good fortune that's coming. You are about to, you found a really nice guy and you're dating him and things are about to, kick off. I would just not even mention it at all at this point, because there's no one to be trusted at this point. Talk to if you have a good mom, talk to her. If you have a good higher power, talk to that entity, because it's just not worth it. You don't want to risk messing up your life because somebody has not even just bad energy. What if they just say something that makes you paranoid, and then you're like now subconsciously acting on this paranoia and you mess things up for yourself? This happens. It's real. I have seen this happen in my face to people, saying that they're all these good things are about to happen. There's like a 0% chance it blows up in their face, and then they tell too many people, and then it's blown up in their face, and nothing good happens, and only bad things happen. It's so real. Just be careful with who you tell your business to. Everybody does not need to know everything. And I noticed that's a trait with a lot of Black women, is like we just talk too much. We just be talking too much. Sure. And another thing, like if sometimes when it's like a lot of drama, you kind of get this high, it's like buzz of like, you kind of get adrenaline. It's almost like you're high. But then afterwards, it's like a come down. You feel like extra crappy. If you're watching channels and you're feeling just like not good, you feel drained after you watch it, and you ask yourself, what have I learned from this video or this live session? What have I learned? Why don't I, just check your emotions. If you feel drained, that means you're watching something that was not good for you. If you feel more paranoid or less hopeful, it is not for you, because let me tell you, there is hope. There is always hope. So if you're feeling hopeless, I know a lot of people are saying they're feeling hopeless, if they don't have a chance. There is a chance. Okay? Another thing to watch out for. If you have been watching somebody for a long time and they say that they're planning to do this, that, lose weight, get this, get that, and it's been months and months and nothing has changed, nothing has improved, and then you look at yourself and say, what have I improved? What goals did I make at that time? And if you have not improved, the person you've been watching has not improved, then, it might not be the best thing to watch, or at least just indulge in all the time. You want to see somebody growing. You want to surround yourself. I was told to surround yourself with people who have what you want. If they continue to not have what you want, then what's the point? Because then if you end up doing better and you're improving and they're seeing you and they haven't improved, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to start to hate on you. They're going to start to be jealous. They're going to start to find ways to make you feel guilty or whatever. I've been through before. You barely do anything decent and people are like, oh, so-and-so thinks she's all that. It's like, no, bitch, I'm just trying to be a better person. What's wrong? I think the last thing I'm going to mention is try to not do too much YouTube binging. This is something I'm guilty of. I'll just be watching YouTube nonstop. For me, it lowers my creativity, and then I just keep being more addicted to it. You know what I mean? And then I end up letting in a whole lot of garbage and not valuing what's going in my head. So I'm just trying to find something good. I mean, that's for anything really. That's for any community, anything. It's just give yourself time. You want to also be creative. You don't want to just only watch other people create. I feel like this is something that people don't realize that we lack. This is just a theory right now, is that we don't get a chance. A lot of us don't get chances to be creative because we're either working, taking care of kids, or, whatever, responsibilities. And then we spend our free time kind of vegging out. I think it's not the healthiest thing. And it happens, especially during this quarantine thing. It's what else is there to do? But there is something else to do, create your own YouTube if you want, or create something else, just do something, learn a language, just something to improve yourself while you're watching all these other things too, just so your mind doesn't get too just stuffed with just too much information of the same sort or all the time. You have to broaden your horizons. You have to spread yourself out a little bit. Like I said, I'm the most guilty YouTube addict ever. So I get it, I get it, but it's not healthy. It's just not. So I guess those are the main things that I feel are really important and that help you exercise discretion when watching YouTube or watching things like this. The internet has become so helpful. You can find anything you want, but you can get stuck in these loops of just negativity, BS, stagnance, and this, I think what's going on with the investment community is like what happens when behaviors aren't checked and like people just co-sign foolishness nonstop and are fake, you know what I mean? Like are just so freaking fake, or like don't know how to handle they don't know how to handle conflict resolution, these kind of things like that. People who need, you know, a lot of help. You know, YouTube is not easy. So just, I don't know. So yes, that's not everything, but it's the best I can do right now. You know, sitting outside of a store trying to go get a bathing suit on a Saturday. But yeah, it's just a few tips to help you exercise discretion when you're allowing certain things into your mind. You cannot allow just anything into your mind. Even things that you might not think are going in, I think subconsciously are. And I think that's why a lot of women were saying they were feeling hopeless, like they will never, you know, reach their goals or reach their happiness because it seems impossible now, when it's like 1000% possible. You know, you don't want something to end up being counterintuitive for you, and that's what it sounds like was happening. So just for the y'all younger girls, you know, hang in there. Don't stop till you get enough, and I love you.